Your blouse is either your most powerful ally or your most consistent enemy. And most women over 60 have no idea which one theirs is. Because blouse mistakes are not obvious mistakes. They do not scream wrong. They whisper it. Quietly. Every single morning when you get dressed and something about the outfit feels slightly heavier or more tired than you intended. Something about the way you look in the mirror feels slightly older than you actually feel inside. And you cannot quite name it, so you adjust everything else, the trousers, the shoes, the jewelry, without ever touching the thing that is actually causing the problem. The blouse. There are 7 specific blouse mistakes that age women over 60 more consistently than almost any other single wardrobe decision. And the reason they keep happening is that each one looks reasonable. Each one has a logic to it. Each one feels like a safe or sensible choice in the moment of getting dressed. Which is exactly why nobody is catching them. Today we are catching all 7. Naming them clearly. And giving you something specific to wear instead for every single one. Because knowing what is wrong without knowing what to replace it with is only half a solution. Mistake number 5 is the one that will genuinely stop you. It is the blouse choice that most women over 60 make out of kindness to themselves, out of a genuine desire to be comfortable and to cover what they want covered. And it ages them more consistently than almost anything else in their wardrobe, while appearing to do the complete opposite. Stay for all 7 in the alternatives. Your blouse wardrobe is about to change completely. Welcome back, beautiful. So glad you are here. And if you are brand new, welcome to Ageless Glow, where women over 60 discover how to look genuinely stunning without spending a fortune. Hit subscribe and let us get into these 7 mistakes right now. Tap subscribe and the bell right now so you never miss a video. Now let us go. Here is the framework for today. A blouse does 3 jobs simultaneously. Covers the body. It frames the face. And it contributes to the overall silhouette of the outfit. When a blouse does all 3 jobs well, the woman wearing it looks younger, more alive, and more elegantly dressed than she would with even the most expensive trousers or the most beautiful shoes. When a blouse fails at even one of those 3 jobs, the whole outfit suffers. And the 7 mistakes we are covering today each represent a failure at one of these 3 jobs. Usually in a way that is entirely fixable with a small and inexpensive change. Let us go through every single one. Mistake 1. The busy print that overwhelms the face. The first blouse mistake is the one that feels the most counterintuitive because busy prints are often joyful. They are colorful and interesting and they seem to add life to an outfit. But here is what a very busy all-over small print does when worn near the face after 60. It creates visual noise. The eye does not know where to land. It moves across the print searching for a focal point and finding none. And in the absence of a clear focal point, the eye eventually lands on what is closest to the print, the face. And rather than seeing the face as the clear and beautiful center of the look, the eye sees it as simply another element in a busy visual field. The face gets lost rather than featured. The alternative is not to abandon print entirely. It is to choose prints with scale, space, and movement. A soft watercolor floral with genuine breathing room between the motifs. An abstract print in rich warm tones with clear shapes rather than scattered chaos. A simple stripe in 2 complementary colors. These prints create visual interest without visual noise. They give the eye something beautiful to rest on rather than something frantic to search through. The rule is simple. If the print looks busy from arm's length, it will look busier in person and the face will suffer for it. Mistake 2. The neckline that compresses rather than opens. Mistake number 2 is about the neckline, and it is the most consistently aging single detail in any blouse a woman over 60 can choose. The compressing neckline. The high crew neck. The tight boat neck. The round neck that sits close and high and creates a visual compression at the jaw and neck area that makes the face look heavier, and the neck look shorter. After 60, the neck and décolleté area changes. The skin softens. The structure shifts. And a neckline that compresses this area rather than opening it creates a visual heaviness at exactly the place where the face needs the most light and the most opening. The alternative necklines that work beautifully after 60 are those that create opening and vertical lines rather than compression and horizontal ones. A modest V-neck that is open enough to create a downward line toward the chest. A soft scoop that opens the chest area with femininity. A wrap neckline that creates both a V shape and movement. An open collar that allows the neck to breathe visually. These necklines do not need to be dramatically low. They simply need to create an opening rather than a closing at the face's most important frame. Mistake 3. The wrong fabric that clings or stiffens. Mistake 3 is about fabric, and it is the mistake that most women never think to examine because fabric feels like a secondary detail compared to cut or color. It is not secondary. It is critical. Two fabric extremes age women over 60 equally and consistently. The first is very thin, clingy fabric that reveals every contour of the body rather than skimming it with elegance. On a mature body, thin, clingy fabric does not create a youthful impression. It creates self-consciousness and discomfort that shows in posture and expression, and ultimately in how young or old the wearer appears. The second is very stiff, structured fabric that holds a rigid shape away from the body rather than draping with it. Stiff fabric near the face creates a sculptural quality that reads as hard and aging, rather than soft and elegant. The ideal fabric for blouses after 60 is one that has enough weight to drape beautifully and enough softness to fall with the body rather than against it. Soft crepe, fluid jersey, quality cotton that has been washed to softness, silk or silk alternatives. These fabrics create the fluid, elegant quality that makes blouses look expensive and feel effortless. The drape test is everything. Hold the fabric. If it falls softly through your fingers, it will look soft on the body. If it resists or holds rigid, it will look rigid on the body. Mistake 4. The muted, washed-out color near the face. Mistake number 4 is the color mistake, and it is one of the most common and most correctable aging blouse decisions a woman over 60 makes. Muted, washed-out colors worn near the face. Dusty pale pink, washed-out powder blue, faded lavender, dusty sage that has lost all its richness. Great. These colors feel gentle and age-appropriate. They feel like they will not draw attention in the wrong way. And that quality of not drawing attention in the wrong way also means they do not draw attention in the right way either. Muted, washed-out colors near the face drain warmth from the complexion. They create a flat, pale quality around the face that removes vitality, rather than adding it. And they make gray hair look flatter and cooler rather than luminous and intentional. The alternative is not necessarily bold and bright. It is warm and rich. Deep teal, rich burgundy, warm coral, forest green, warm ivory, cobalt blue, soft plum. These colors have depth and warmth, and they create the opposite effect of their muted counterparts. They warm the complexion. They make the eyes look brighter. They make gray hair look luminous. They make the woman wearing them look alive rather than invisible. Mistake 5. The oversized cover everything blouse. Here it is. Mistake number 5. The one I told you about at the beginning. The oversized blouse chosen specifically to cover and conceal. The long flowing top that falls from the shoulder in a straight line and covers everything from the waist down. The blouse that was chosen because it hides rather than because it flatters. Here is the specific truth about this blouse choice. It does not hide anything. What it does instead is create the impression of more volume than actually exists. When a blouse hangs loose and shapeless from the shoulder, the eye fills the space inside that fabric with imagined body. The silhouette reads as larger than the body underneath actually is. The very blouse chosen to conceal is adding visual weight rather than removing it. The alternative is a blouse that schemes. Not tight, not fitted to the point of revealing, but one that follows the body's general line at a comfortable distance without creating the tent effect of fabric that hangs completely free. A blouse that schemes the body looks smaller than a blouse that hangs away from it. Every single time. Without exception. This is one of the most important truths in dressing after 60, and most women have never heard it stated this directly. Add a simple belt at the natural waist over a slightly looser blouse if the fabric allows. Or choose a blouse with a gentle taper toward the hip, rather than a completely straight fall. Either adjustment transforms the cover everything blouse from an aging choice into a genuinely flattering one. 5 mistakes covered and 2 more to go. If this video is changing how you see your blouse wardrobe, please hit the like button right now. It genuinely helps this reach more women over 60 who need to hear exactly this. Drop a comment below and tell me which of these 5 mistakes you recognized in your own wardrobe. I read every single comment. And share this with a friend whose blouses you know are not doing her justice. Now let us finish with the final 2 mistakes. Mistake 7 is the one that is the most fixable and the most impactful all at once. Mistake 6. The blouse that belongs to a previous decade. Mistake number 6 is the dating mistake. The blouse that belongs very clearly to a specific era and communicates that era before it communicates anything else about the woman wearing it. The oversized shoulder pads from the 80s. The very billowy poet sleeve from a specific 90s fashion moment. The heavily embellished with beads and sequins daytime blouse from the early 2000s. The ruffle front blouse that was fashionable at a precise window of time and has not been fashionable since. None of these blouses are ugly. In their moment they were genuinely stylish. But worn now they carry a visual timestamp that reads immediately as belonging to a previous era. And when a blouse reads as belonging to a previous era, it places the woman wearing it in that era too. She looks not like a woman of her age but like a woman who stopped updating at a specific point in time. The alternative is a blouse with clean and timeless design. A simple well-fitted button-down in quality fabric. A wrap blouse in a classic drape. A simple V-neck blouse with elegant structure. These designs have no specific decade attached to them. They read as simply good clothing. And good clothing that cannot be dated is always the most genuinely elegant choice available. Mistake 7. The blouse with no relationship to the rest of the outfit. Mistake number 7 is the one that ties everything together. And it is the mistake that makes every other blouse decision ultimately fail even when the blouse itself is beautiful. A blouse with no deliberate relationship to the rest of the outfit. This is the mistake of wearing a beautiful blouse and a pair of good trousers and a quality pair of shoes and still looking like the outfit was assembled rather than chosen. Like 3 separate good decisions that never actually met each other. A blouse needs to have a relationship with everything else in the outfit. The color needs to either complement or deliberately contrast with the trouser or skirt. The formality level needs to match. A very casual linen blouse with a very formal trouser creates a register mismatch that the eye reads immediately as slightly off. The proportion needs to work. A very long blouse over a very wide trouser requires at least one fitted element to anchor the silhouette. The alternative is the habit of choosing the blouse last and asking one simple question before you wear it. Does this blouse belong with this outfit or is it just being worn with it? The difference between belonging and being worn with is the difference between a woman who looks like she got dressed and a woman who looks like she chose an outfit. The second woman always looks younger. 7 blouse mistakes. All fixable. All immediately replaceable with something better. The busy print that creates visual noise replaced by a print with scale and space. The compressing neckline replaced by an opening V or soft scoop. The wrong fabric replaced by something with drape and softness. The muted washed-out color replaced by something warm and rich near the face. The oversized cover everything blouse replaced by one that schemes and flatters. The dated era blouse replaced by a timeless clean design. And the blouse with no relationship to the outfit replaced by the habit of choosing with intention and asking if this blouse belongs. 7 changes. Each one small. The cumulative effect genuinely significant. Subscribe to Ageless Glow if you have not already. Comment below and tell me which of these 7 mistakes you are fixing first. Share this with a friend whose blouses you know deserve an upgrade. And hit that like button before you go. Until next time, your blouse is the frame of the whole picture. Make sure it is doing your face and your body the justice they deserve.